It was Christmas Eve, and barely cold, one lonely street lamp cast a pale light in the dusk. Beneath it, three snowmen stood shivering.
It certainly is a cold night tonight, this Jimmy adjusting to the pot on his head. Yes, sir, it is certainly cold, Jack Jr. giggled. You have an inkle on your nose, Jack, he said. You look so silly. It's not funny, said Jack. Maybe if we move around a little, we'll warm up. Jimmy suggested. Good idea. Jack agreed. Oh, all right, said Junior.
Jimmy headed off, the pot on his head jingling with each step he took. Jack and Junior followed him. Down the street they went, across the marketplace and up to the bridge. The trees looked like black shadows along the banks of the river. The moon cast a silvery glow on the ice. Beautiful, said Jack. Yes, sir, beautiful, said Jimmy. But I'm still freezing, grumbled Junior. The snowman stood and admired the frozen river. A crow crawled overhead and muffled church bells rang in the distance.
Church bells ring, asked Junior, because it's Christmas Eve, said Jack. Did you forget? Of course I didn't, said Junior. Who'd forgotten? Listen up, said Jimmy. Why don't we go to church too? We could join in the singing. Jimmy led the way. A warmer began to light shone through the church windows. Jimmy smiled happily as she pulled the big door eagerly, and the snowmen tried to push their way in, but the church was packed with people and there was no room for them. We're too late, Jimmy said sadly. Yes, we're too late, Jack agreed. Now what? Asked Jimmy.
Across the street was a group, light drawn pointed to the sign outside the door. Tonight, Christmas Eve, speckled chimney read along. Come on, let's go in, said Jack. Arms calling. Jimmy, Jack, and Jono went into the restaurant and sat playing. The host was telling stories and guests were all lighting and having fun. Very nice, and Jimmy taking off his hat. Yes, so very nice indeed, said Jack.
Junior quietly, what's the worst thing that can happen to a snowman? Why, melting, of course, Jack replied. You know that. That's what I was afraid of, said Junior, pointing under the table.
Oh no, Jack cried. Let's go, let's get out of here, said Jimmy, grabbing his pot and running out of the restaurant. Jack and Junior followed close behind.
Soft lights grew in the window. Jimmy, Jack, and
Junior
were once again along in the empty streets. A freezing wind appeared around the corner, and above them stars twinkled in the cold winter sky, and only sound was the crunching in the snowman's made the walking. Suddenly Jimmy stopped short. It's the Tribble, he declared, "It's Christmas Eve. We are miserable. It's so cold and lonely out here. But inside, where everyone else is celebrating, it's too warm for us. What if we're freezing to death?" "Well, Junior, don't be silly. Snowmen can't freeze to death," Jack replied.
The snowmen started at each other sadly. Suddenly, a door flew open and lights shone across the path. Two children who had seen the snowman from their window came rushing outside. There they are," shouted the boy. "Will you look at that? The big one is wearing a pot on its hat, and that one is wearing an icicle hanging from off his nose," said the girl. "Come, let's fill up the street with snowmen."
Four other doors flew open, and more children came running out to the street. Tirelessly, they rolled snowball after snowball, ran carrots to get and straw, hats coal for the eyes, and gigantic pots and buckets. Their hands were blue with cold. They puffed on them as they headed back home.
Now there were 20 snowmen on the street smiling at each other. They gathered closer and rubbed their stomachs at each other. Together to warm up. "This is more like it," declared Jimmy. "There is so many of us," Junior said, amazement. "More than enough for a real Christmas celebration," said Jack. "Merry Christmas to all," Jimmy called. Then he waved his broom and led all the snowmen as they sang Christmas carols together.
Suddenly, very quietly, it had started to snow. First, just a couple of flakes drifted down, but soon the air was filled with swirling snow, and the snowmen laughed and danced and made long into the night.